Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome to another meal prep video. In today's video, I have probably one of the easiest meal prep ideas ever. For breakfast, we're just throwing together basically some breakfast bentos. And for lunch, we're doing adult Lunchables. And then I also have a couple dinner kits to put together. As always, I'll be sharing the Weight Watcher points and also calories, and any recipes that I share will be linked down in the description box below, as well as some of the items that I use, like my meal prep containers, things like that. I'll try to link those as well. I always appreciate the thumbs up on my videos, and if you're new, I would love for you to be part of the family. So let's dive right into the video. I'm starting with the breakfast, and I've got my Instant Pot going because I'm going to do some hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. My husband doesn't want hard-boiled eggs, so I'm just going to do some for me. So I've got some eggs here. I actually just washed them real good. These are fresh eggs that I got from a girl at work. So I'm going to do 2 for each day, but I'm just making an extra one just in case one of them cracks. So I'm just putting these in the Instant Pot, and then I'm going to put in about a cup of water. Then these are going to get cooked on high pressure for 7 minutes, and then I'm going to do a quick release and get them immediately into an ice bath. So I've got my bowl here that I'm going to get ice in, but first I want to wash my fruits and vegetables. I'm just using my OXO salad spinner, and I'm going to use about 4 parts water to 1 part white vinegar.
I heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. And in that dream I heard a warning, saying leave the rest, take only what you need. So keep on singing listen, 'cause you can make it on your own. Time goes slowly, the world gets lonely when you got no one on your side. You gotta love one another.
So now I've got my meal prep containers, and I'm just going to put everything right into these meal prep containers. So we are going to have one of these. I was going to use regular yogurt, but then I just thought we would have one of these instead. These are so good. They're like yogurt smoothies. You just drink them. They're really good. So we're going to have those. And then I'm just going to use these reusable, they're like the silicone cupcake things. I'm just going to put those in there just to put the fruit in. So it looks like I'm missing one, but that's fine because you know what? I don't need these for my eggs. I just want to put the fruit in there. I'm going to add some almonds. I've got these whole almonds. So I'm just going to weigh out 1/2 ounce. Okay, I think for mine, I'm just going to stick my almonds down next to the eggs. I just didn't want them touching the yogurt just because everything's washed except for that. So I'm just going to stick them down on the side there. And then the other thing that I have is these Joseph's pitas. You can have one of these for 1 point. So what I've been doing is just cutting them in half. I'm going to use half for the breakfast and half for the lunch. And then I'm just going to pop them in my toaster at work and just kind of use them as toast. So with breakfast bentos or adult Lunchables, this is what you do. You just put a bunch of different things together. So these are just some ideas you can do. So that's going to be the breakfast. Now my husband, since he's not having eggs, he's going to have this cottage cheese with his. So these are 2 points and 120 calories. So I'm going to go ahead and count the point for the pita now, and then I won't count it in with my lunch. So this is going to be 4 points. It's 2 for the almonds, 1 for the pita, 1 for the protein yogurt. Just a reminder, if you scanned this, it comes out wrong. It comes out as 2 points. If you scroll down to the nutrition facts, it says 90 calories, but these are only 80. So these are 1 point. 0 for my fruit, 0 for my eggs. The calories on this is going to be 380 calories and then 28 grams of protein. I wanted to show you how easy these eggs peel from the Instant Pot. So I just cracked it on the counter, and you can pretty much Just pinch it and the whole thing comes out. Instant Pot eggs are like the best. And while I'm at it, let me cut it open and show you what the 7 minutes looks like. So this is what the 7 minutes does. I really like mine to be hard boiled, so just do them a little bit less. Anywhere between 3 and 7 minutes, honestly. This is 7 minutes, so 3 would be really soft boiled. Now we're going to do the adult Lunchables. And for this one, I have some oven roasted turkey breast. This kind from Aldi is really good. I do still have some leftover Sara Lee honey roasted turkey breast. So I'm going to use that kind for mine because I prefer that kind. So I'm going to be counting mine as a point. And this one is 0. So I'm going to probably use about between 3 and 4 ounces of the turkey. And then for my husband's, I'm going to add some salami. So my husband is not really on Weight Watchers anymore. He was on it. He lost 70 pounds and he's maintained it for the last 2 years. So he really doesn't count points and calories anymore. Honestly, he's probably more doing like the intuitive eating thing. He just really listens to his body and he gets a lot of activity at work. So he's going to have some salami in with his. All right, so I don't even know why I washed my cucumbers because I'm going to be peeling mine. But you definitely can leave the skins on if you prefer. It's completely up to you. Now I'm just cutting the seed end off of my mini peppers because I'm going to be having cheese stuffed peppers. Okay, so I've got my peppers cut and you'll see that I have quite a bit left on these. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to throw these away because there's quite a bit of pepper still on there. So when I'm done with meal prep, I'm just going to take these and just cut the rest off there. And then I'll put them in my fridge and use them for something else. And then now I'm going to take a wedge of this cheese. This is Aldi's version of Laughing Cow cheese. So I'm just going to take one of these. I'm going to put half of a wedge in each one. All right, it looks like it's going to fill more peppers than just the one. So I'm going to probably fill about 4 of these with one wedge. Okay, so I've got my tops that I just put in a bag for now, and I will cut those up after meal prep. I've got my peppers here. So it ended up making about 4 mini peppers for each Laughing Cow cheese wedge. So the other thing I have too is I have some carrots that I was going to put in with this. And now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I should have chose to have one of the vegetables with the breakfast, but that's okay. So again, these are just some ideas. So if you prefer, if you want to do the peppers with the breakfast or cucumbers, completely up to you. So now I'm going to put my half of the pita in there. And I'm going to leave it this way and then we can just decide if we want to make a sandwich out of it. However we want to do it, we can decide that day. Now what I'm doing is taking my turkey, so this is 1 portion of turkey for me, and for mine I'm gonna just put some mustard in there, and then I have 3/4 of an ounce of fat-free feta crumbles. These are 0 points, and I'm just gonna split that up in between each one, and then I'm just gonna roll it up. So you could do a bunch of different things. Add some turkey pepperoni. You could add, if you wanted to, do the Laughing Cow cheese in these. Now for my husband's, I've got the turkey, and then he is going to have some of this honey mustard on his. And I have to be very careful because that comes out really fast. And then I'm going to roll those up. And then for the salami, I put a little bit of the honey mustard on a piece of provolone cheese. Put the cheese in between 2 slices of salami and then roll that up. So I'm going to finish up the rest of those and then I'll show you the last thing that I'm going to do. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is put 8 olives in each one. And I'm just putting the olives in with the sandwich meat, but if you don't like the flavor that gives, then you can put them in something else. So you can have 8 of these olives for 1 point and 50 calories. So let's count the points we're at so far in mine. 1 point for the cheese wedge, 0 for the vegetables, 1 point for the olives, 1 point for my turkey since it's the honey roasted. So if you're using the oven roasted, that would be 0. And then we already counted the pita this morning. So far, I just have 3 points in here. So now I'm gonna add in some of this Bolthouse Farms ranch, and that way I can dip my vegetables or whatever I wanna do with it. So just use whatever you want. So I'm gonna weigh out 2 tablespoons of this. So So I'll put that much in each container. And then for my husband's, I think he wants some hummus in with his. So I'm gonna put some garlic hummus and I'm just gonna eyeball it. So 2 tablespoons. I don't have to weigh his. And honestly, he's probably gonna make a sandwich out of it. He'll probably put a little bit of the hummus in the pita and then he'll use the rest of it to dip his vegetables. Oh my gosh. So these look amazing to me. So this is my husband's. I don't know what the points and calories are on his since he doesn't count his. This is mine, and for mine, this is a total of 6 points. So the turkey, I double checked, and it's 1 point for 2 ounces, but it's when you have 3 ounces, it's 2 points. So that's what I have here is 3 ounces. So it's 2 points for my turkey, 1 for the olives, 1 for the cheese wedge, and then 2 points for the ranch. So this is a 6-point lunch. And for calories for everything, it is about 330. I say about because I'm just estimating with the vegetables. About 330 calories, and it is 28 grams of protein. So I'm putting together my dinner kits. I just have a couple that I'm doing this week. So I pretty much have already done everything, but if you want to see a detailed video of how I do these, I'll link it down below. I basically make my own meal kit, so I just kind of go through and put all the ingredients in the kit, and then I wash them and cut them up the night that I have it. But I just at least have everything portioned out. For example, I need an ounce of cream cheese for this recipe. I'm going to use a Laughing Cow wedge instead. And then I have in here 2 ounces of mozzarella. So I just portion everything out. This one is for my stuffed pizza peppers, which we have these every single week. I have some kale down in the bottom. Again, not washed. I'll wash it the night that I have it. And then I just take my meat out of the freezer and just put it into my fridge now. And then that way it kind of thaws in the fridge over the next couple days. So I've got my marinara. I basically just take a recipe and go through and see what I can put in the kit. So this one is blue cheese buffalo meatballs. I'm gonna just do some broccoli with this. So I'm just gonna be putting the broccoli in the bottom. For this one, I'm gonna put the ounce of Frank's Red Hot sauce in there, the ounce of blue cheese crumbles, which today I'm using feta crumbles. I'm gonna get some light butter and 2 green onions and just put everything into the kit. So the broccoli down in the bottom and then just portion everything out. And that way it's all together the day that I have it. And I was gonna have a green pepper with that as well, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna throw a shallot in there. I'm just gonna cut that up with it. And my hot sauce, my feta. I'm gonna put 2 green onion in there. And then I'm gonna weigh out a tablespoon of butter, which is 14 grams. And I just use Land O'Lakes light butter in recipes. And then, like I said, I'll just put the meat next to it. And for this one, I'm just gonna hook this to it. I used to write on these all the time, and what I would use is a dry erase marker, but my bags are really getting worn out. I need to get myself some new bags, so for now I'm not doing it. I pretty much track everything. I was more or less putting it on there, especially when we had the blue, green, and purple. That way I would remember what everything is. So I haven't really been writing on it, so what I've been doing is just kind of attaching the recipe to it, and then that way I have it when I go to cook it. So this is my entire meal prep. Now for snacks, I actually pretty much have snacks because the snacks that I'm using are pretty much what I was putting in the breakfast. So I have blueberries, which I forgot to, those are still in my fridge. I still have some grapes left, and the apples, I decided I'm just gonna use those. I honestly thought about putting some apple slices in a couple of the meal prep containers instead of the grapes and blueberries, but I decided I just was afraid they would get too brown. You can dip apple slices in lemon juice to prevent them from browning, but I decided I'm gonna save mine for my snacks. So at nighttime, I like to have an apple with PB2. So you just take some PB2 powder, just dry. I don't even mix it with water. Put it in a bag or little container, cut up the apple and mix it all together. And then you can even drizzle some like sugar-free syrup in it. It is so good, such a good snack. And then Premier Protein Cake Batter Delight. I got these in my last grocery haul. Y'all, these are so good. My husband said we gotta stock up on these. He's more of like a chocolate, you know, chocoholic, but he really, really likes these too. So I'm definitely gonna get some more of these. These are 3 points, 160 calories. So we've got those we can use for a snack if we want. And then the cottage cheese, honestly, some of the breakfast and lunch will be used as snacks. So in other words, I may not eat all of the lunch in one sitting, so I may kind of just snack on it, snack on some of it, put it away, and then snack on some more of it after. It just really depends how hungry I am. All right, I always get asked how I fit these all in my fridge, so I just want to show you. All those glass containers fit on this one shelf. So I have all those on one shelf. I have my dinner kits down on this shelf with some eggs. And then this shelf just kind of has my snacks. So I just have a regular side-by-side fridge. I don't have anything huge, and I just make them fit. Luckily for us, our garbage day is Friday. So Thursdays, I pretty much go through and just make sure that I don't have anything going bad in here and kind of clean out the fridge each week. So that way it kind of makes me room for meal prep. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.